is my second podcast. Trying to decide what to talk about. Oh yeah, let's talk about how Todd Gurley still hasn't gotten paid from the Rams. You know, they traded him to go to the Atlanta Falcons. And, you know, if I was him, I would be like, hey, if you don't give me my money, you know, there's going to be serious precautions, you know? And, you know, as I think about it, I'm like, Todd Gurley is a good freaking running back. Regardless of his age, he should be getting paid more than what they're expecting from him. But what they did for him on the Rams team, you know, I felt like he should have won a championship with them. It's been, I don't know, a couple years he played for them. I feel like now since Atlanta Falcons have him, they're going to win a championship either in like 2 years or 3 years. 3 years at the tops. But I talk about championships because, you know, I feel like the Falcons still have a run at it. I still feel like Green Bay Packers do. I still feel like the Steelers, Buccaneers now have a chance in the next probably couple years. Hopefully Brady stays with them for another 2 years until he's like 46. But I'm looking at Jordan Love, who got drafted to Green Bay. You know, that's a good choice. You know, let him sit out for a couple years, learn from Aaron Rodgers, then put him in. Don't freaking start him right now. I don't know if they're going to start him or whatnot, but Aaron Rodgers still has a championship ring in his belt. I feel like he can teach Jordan Love all this stuff he's learned over his years with Brett Favre and still build upon that. I feel like Green Bay's in the championship wing for the next 4 years. I feel like they're going to be in that top spot still. As Aaron Rodgers is like 34, 35 years old, he should retire because he's so good. He should retire when he's like 45 or 44. That gives him a 10-year spar right there to develop Jordan Love and get him ready for that time. I also was thinking, you know, Jared Goff needs to get out of the Rams, you know. He needs to go to a team where he can actually grow a lot better. You know, I'm a big, huge Green Bay Packers fan. I'm a big, huge Buccaneers fan. I'm not a bandwagon like most people. I always loved the Buccaneers, and like ever since 2 years ago, Jameis Winston was a phenomenal player on that team. You had Howard, you had Evans, you have Godwin, Goodwin, Barber. You have all these good players on the team. They're going to be getting a lot better since they acquired Gronk. They acquired Brady. They have a good championship run right there. But as I was saying, you know, I feel like I want to talk more about like sports right now. You know, this is my second podcast, and I'm going to try to do a little bit more. Hopefully, I get more views instead of one view for my first video. Yeah, hopefully, I have to spread it upon multiple entertainment streaming lines and stuff. But I was thinking, you know, like basketball right now. You know, I'm still going to talk about my Jazz because, you know, I feel like they have a championship in their belt if they traded Connolly. Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like Connolly still has a lot to go with the Jazz. Like, they shouldn't pay him $34 million a year. Like, seriously. That's too much money for a person who only scored like 14 plus points per game, had like the lowest percentage in shooting, like 40%, I would say 39%. Assists, he dipped down a little bit. It was between like 2 through 5 assists per game. His rebounds was like 1 through 4 rebounds per game. But Rudy Gobert, and Donovan Mitchell, I feel like Rudy Gobert needs this championship. So what we should do is trade for some picks. You know, we got some good picks from the previous draft. And I feel like we should start developing some of our other core players from the draft, see how good they do, and determine from there if we need to exchange players or whatnot. But Donovan Mitchell, he's a good basketball player. You know, this is awesome. He won his first All-Star appearance within like the last 3 years, and he was with the Jazz. You know, Rudy Gobert deserved that All-Star spot because he was snubbed last year, and like he definitely should have had it last year. And I just feel like it's going to be a good year with him and Donovan Mitchell. Hopefully everyone's healthy. Hopefully they get back up to par. But, oh my gosh, Mitchell. His shooting percentages have been way up. Like 43%. Probably higher than that. I'm just going about my knowledge right now. 4 assists. 4 rebounds. Good 3-point shooter. I was surprised Rudy Gobert dominated on the offensive side this year. He had a lot more points than he did last year. At least right now, he had 16-plus points per game. If the year finished, instead of having this coronavirus shit pile up, he would be at least 16-plus points per game. 16-plus points with solid rebounds like he always does. A lot of blocks. And like a couple of assists, like 2 or 3 assists. I feel like he has the potential to eventually, both Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, after LeBron James leaves and after James Harden, they can definitely win a championship. Because there's still plenty of young teams out there trying to run for a championship, trying to rebuild and stuff like that. And, you know, the closest team to that, to a championship, contenders, is the Jazz. Because if they could continue to do this for the next 3-4 years and stay with the Jazz until the end of their career, they're definitely going to win a championship. The first championship for the Utah Jazz. You know, and I also say that for the Phoenix Suns, you know. I feel like the Phoenix Suns should get exceptional All-Star for their team, too. Booker just got the All-Star appointment this year. I feel like the Suns should trade for Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal with Booker, like that's definitely a big, huge freaking offensive team right there. Like I can definitely see that. And then with Ayton, whoo, they're gonna be smoking it on the killer floor. But I don't know, just hit likes on my freaking podcast or whatever. I definitely need more reviews. I need more comments of what I should talk about. They're probably going to be longer than this. I'm just trying this out, see how far I do in the next year. But I'm hoping to become like a professional YouTuber. Right now, unemployed, coronavirus shit. Yeah, it sucks ass. Hey, you can also follow me on Facebook, Jalen Malone, from Utah. Love Utah. Love the state. So much stuff to do. Which doesn't make any sense to me, you know? Like, All-Stars have a chance to play on Utah Jazz's team, but they don't want to because there's really nothing here but Mormons. I feel like that's what they feel like, is that if they go to Utah, they have to deal with Mormons. Like, Utah's not that big of a Mormon state. Seriously. Like you have all these people just saying, Utah Jazz has a team. Utah really exists. Utah's with a lot of Mormons. Like, I think that's part of the reason why we don't have big All-Stars come to Utah, is because Mormon issue, I feel like we had a good setup with Karl Malone and John Stockton and Hornacek and Eaton. Like, that's a good lineup right there. I feel like Gordon Hayward shouldn't have left, but at the same time, he betrayed us and decided to join the crappy Celtics. Like, Utah Jazz will definitely wreck people in their Western Conference and in the Eastern Conference too. But this is all I'm going to talk to you about today. I have to get ready to go to California with my girl, But yeah, hit subscribe. Tell me what you think. See what else I can do. Maybe I bring on another guest person to see if they want to talk about something specific or whatnot. But anyways, please hit like, subscribe. I need all the subscribers I can get. And thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.